Yeah, I think tonight was probably our best effort at lining up against the Galaxy. It's no secret. First time we came out in the back five, and I thought tactically it caused them a lot of problems. I felt really confident about the way we were getting after them, causing them mistakes. I didn't feel like they were comfortable in possession, which they are very. And the first goal, of course, is pretty unlucky. We get that back. No panic in us. We respond really well. The second one right before halftime is really hurts. Just the timing of that. Try to, that's always as leaders we try to talk about the first five. Both halves, and then we're pushing from then on to try to get something. And the late goals are kind of, water under the bridge, but. Really proud of the way we approached the game. I thought, like I said, tactically this was our best effort. Felt like we went toe-to-toe with them, for long stretches of that game and probably our most complete game against them. And, they're a good team. A lot of skilled players, good coaching. They've got a good system. And big picture, as I just said to the guys, we took a big step forward this year as a club, and that's the only thing that you can really try to tell each other after, after a night like that. Yeah, there's not many words that really feel great or sound good, but it was a big step forward and a good year for the club, and that I think we should all be proud of.
Braden Nurse with the Denver Post. Just what was kind of the emotion? Obviously, the scoreline doesn't really reflect how the game went. What was kind of the emotion after the whistle, walking into the locker room, and what was kind of the message from Chris afterwards?
Yeah, of course, there's disappointment, and you don't want to believe that it's over. But at the same time, we run into a really, really good team, and I think at least tonight we feel like we've given a lot closer to our best, and unfortunately that wasn't enough tonight. But I don't think we can quite say that in the other three games that we've played them. And again, like I said, I think. The only thing that we can really try to tell each other after that is the big picture and how the season as a whole has gone and the success that we've had and the steps forward that we've taken.
Hey, Keegan, Keith Richards, Team MBS Media. Looking back on this season, especially compared to last season, like you said, the team did accomplish a lot. Made it to the playoffs, got a home playoff game, third place in the League's Cup. If there's one thing that you can say you're most proud of about the team this season, what would that be?
I think the way that we've just taken in a new staff, new players, new system, and kind of taken it in stride, and I think part of our goal to start the year was to kind of win that fan base back after a couple of unsuccessful seasons, and especially last year being very disappointing and hard to get through. We had to win some people back, and I think we did that, and I think we made some new fans out of people, and that's a big accomplishment in our eyes. I think Chris and I talk so much about the fan support and what they mean to us and the club, and what it does for us on the field, and that's what it's all about. And not to mention, of course, some of those tangible accomplishments with the Rocky Mountain Cup, the third place, the Champions Cup, all these things. But I think the way that we've come together and immediately under new leadership feel like we have kind of started this new system and new tactics and kind of taken it in stride, and it's very difficult to 1 year to the next have that big of a turnaround. I know in MLS it's probably more common than other leagues, but I think that that can't be understated. It's a big accomplishment.
Matt Pollard, Burgundy Wave. Keegan, Georgie's playing on one leg. You didn't have Cole tonight. What wasn't there enough there defensively, given Galaxy were kind of compact at times? You had some set-piece opportunities. What could you have done better to threaten them? Thank you.
Yeah, I think I think we probably aren't as sharp as we could be attacking-wise and in the final third. With some of those final balls, some of those final sequences in and around their box, and like I said, final third. And we also talk about finishing attacks, which, whether it's a goal kick, corner kick, shots saved, these kind of things that don't lead to then in transition. And I think we could have done that a bit better. And again, if a team's got a lead and they're going to sit back a bit, it's one of the hardest things to do is to break a team down and not turn the ball over in those areas. So I think it's critical, but I think we could have been sharper in the final third. And those final balls, final passes, some of those touches, but I do feel like we created enough to at least tie for sure and take us to penalties.
Kind of going off of Keith's question, when you look at the success you've had this season, some of the things you mentioned, the foundation that's been laid with the culture and with the on-field product, just what kind of makes you most excited about next year and beyond?
I think our ability to like I said, take that in stride so quickly to begin this year, and have a year under our belt together, which what I assume will be a lot of the same nucleus for next year and same guys involved, and we're going to need even more, farther down the roster with Champions Cup and more games. I assume Open Cup is coming back and Leagues Cup. It ends up being, if you're successful, probably 45, almost 50 games, and that's a real challenge. And but I'm excited again about now that we've had a year together and a year to kind of figure out each other's tendencies and mature and learn from each other and figure out how we can respond in times of stress and adversity. And I think I said it in the press conference to preview the playoffs. I mean, some of those Leagues Cup results, when you go into a Club America game and sit low and defend and get through something like that and get a result, and you feel like you're invincible. If you can suffer like that as a group together, I mean, you've got this real powerful feeling about you, and I think that it's going to be something we draw on for years to come: tournament play, knockout play, playoffs, and like I said, I'm excited about the experiences we've had together this year, and hopefully we can draw on them going forward.
Keegan, one player that doesn't get talked about enough is Andres Maxu, who played every minute of every game this season. Unless I'm wrong, I think he played every minute of every game across all competitions as well. How impressive were you with his performance this season, and how does that make your job a lot easier in the back?
Yeah, I've gotten to know Maxu much better this year. We sit beside each other in the locker room, a couple of the older guys on the team, and he's gotten so much more comfortable here, living in the country, learning the culture a bit, and he's everything you want in a leader, in a pro, in a teammate, and I'm happy for him. I don't think he even probably would want us talking about him now like we are, but again, kind of speaks to who he is. He's all business. I mean, I think the saying goes that the best ability is availability, but I mean dependability, and to be able to just rely on a guy no matter what, no matter the circumstances, the conditions, the opponent. Every single game he's there, he's ready to go. Probably one of the first guys on the team sheet for the staff, picking the team night in and night out. And not only makes our jobs easier in the back, but as a leader as well. He's one of those guys you can lean on, says the right things at the right time, will nudge guys when they need it, push guys along when they need it, and it's very helpful as well. You need that in the locker room. He's come from championship experience, and we need more of that here, and it's contagious, and proud to be a friend and teammate.
Keegan, probably the most different tactical look in terms of, more of a 3-4-3 or back 3-4-5. You tell me what it was if you want, but I mean, your thoughts on you playing on that side with Reggie and the thinking behind that, and how comfortable you two were in those roles.
Yeah, the idea I think was to affect them a bit more with the ball and disrupt their build-up and their ability to get it to wingers and isolate and even just disrupt the early stages of their build-up, like I said, because they're so good in possession. And I thought, Vinzi and I did such a good job of jumping out to their fullbacks, and at times they're kicking it out of bounds because of the timing of pressure. And that's just specifically in our roles in that system, to get out and then to shift and cover on the backside. But I again, I felt really good about the way that we set up, the way we executed the game plan, the way that we disrupted them and caused them to feel, I think, the pressure and turnovers. And the first goal is a, sets us back a bit, but we get it back. And then, like I said, the timing of that second goal really hurts, and we need to see the half out. But I thought, something to be proud of tonight was the way we take on, again, something pretty new and execute pretty well.